From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Tanisha Awasthi. A lot of stories have made headlines this Saturday. Here are the top 6 stories of the day. After Jyoti Malhotra, another YouTuber, this time from the state of Telangana, is under the dock for his frequent visit to Pakistan. Meanwhile, there are more Pakistani spies who are being caught. We'll get you all the details on that as well. In Bhopal, the Prime Minister has sent a stern message to Pakistan, saying that if Pakistan fires a bullet, then India will respond with a missile. And even while Prime Minister is warning Pakistan, there are some leaders in the Congress party who are backing his resolve and questioning their own party. We'll get you all details on that as well. And remember, it's 31st of May today and the border states near Pakistan are conducting civil defense mock drills. We'll get you a ground report on what's happening on that front. And finally, External Affairs Minister S.J. Shankar's straight talk to Pakistan also remains as one of the top headlines of the day. Let's get started with the top story of the day. The crackdown on Pakistan's spy web is tightening. Viewers, the National Investigation Agency has now arrested a Telangana-based biker and a YouTuber. His name is Sunny Yadav. He was arrested for making a road trip that he took to Pakistan about 2 months ago. The YouTuber was arrested at the Chennai International Airport. Now, this follows a string of patterns across part of the country, including Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Meanwhile, this Telangana-based YouTuber, Sunny Yadav's second YouTuber who has been arrested following a YouTuber Jyoti Malhotra, and this has now raised serious concerns on how social media stunts are being exploited for espionage. Now, as we told you that Telangana YouTuber had gone on a trip to Pakistan, there he made a video. On your screen are 2 videos. The first one from the Haryana-based YouTuber Jyoti Malhotra, and the second is that of the Telangana-based YouTuber. And the common link between both of them is that their links to Pakistan have now been exposed. On that note, I'm being joined by Vikram Singh. He's the former Uttar Pradesh DGP. Vikram sir, thank you very much for speaking to Republic. I want to take this question across to you. It's just day after the other that one after the other, the Pakistan spies are now being held, they're now being caught. How greater threat do you think is it for India? Because their links to Pakistan, their links to ISI have also come to the fore.
Good evening, Tanisha. A very important and a significant development at that. YouTubers doubling as Pakistani spy. If Jyoti Malhotra was bored enough, you have Sunny Yadav also. And all filming, you know what? Sensitive areas. Matters of national security. They are being peddled in the form of travel blogs. By no stretch of imagination, are they travel blogs? Thanks to Operation Sindoor and the disinfection. Like a body when it is infected, we take disinfectants. Operation Sindoor is like a major disinfectant and it has done wonders to the country. And make no mistake about it, your viewers and your channel is the one that is giving the example that a resolute nation stands against all these malicious and fifth columnists. And it's only a matter of time before likes of Jyoti Yadav and Jyoti Malhotra and Sunny Yadav are rounded up. And one arrest would lead to 15 more because of thorough interrogation. It's a matter of concern indeed, but India has in itself, I'll give you 3 reasons. One, the state-of-the-art futuristic interrogation and surveillance equipment. I will stop at that. Number 2, a resolute nation where every person like you and me is a police officer in plain clothes. Number 3, the help of sister agencies also tells us what these insidious elements are up to. Their monkey tricks are almost at an end. They have run out of their tricks. And our intelligence agencies are second to none. After Operation Sindoor, just 12 arrests in 4 states in 15 days. And look what the result is now. You had few arrests there yesterday in the Thane also. Now you have arrest in Rajasthan, then in Delhi, and then now also this Telangana arrest of Sunny Yadav. I'm sure, let me tell you, as a thorough interrogator and also one who's handled Pakistani spies, one interrogation and thorough interrogation leads to the arrest of multiple, and also their financial trails, their bank accounts, and the support system that they have in the Pakistani embassy and other friends across the border. And I'm sure the countdown has begun, and it's only a matter of time before they are jailed for a minimum of 14 years. Official Secrets Act and other stringent laws like the UAPA, etc.
Absolutely. Sir, one more question before I let you go. The common link that's been observed between these two people, specifically be it Jyoti Malhotra or Sunny Yadav, is that they have been influencers, they have been YouTubers, and it seems like they are exploiting that field in the disguise of vlogging to travel to Pakistan to pass on sensitive information of military operations in India to Pakistan. What do you think should be the next step? Because Operation Sindoor was India's response to Pakistan in destroying their terror dens. But what do we do about these Pakistani spies, the traitors that are here on Indian soil?
I treated them with utmost contempt, which they richly deserved. But what you said, they are influencers. The young and the impressionable do listen to them and see them. And that is where the problem arises. Therefore, a course of action there has to be a roadmap how to handle and neutralize these menacing elements, their depredations, and also their ability to cut across all the areas and reach up to the youth. You see the comments, it is not just the visuals that they come out with. The comments also have a negative and a malignant influence on the impressionable minds. They also have something like, your show is running, there'll be a running conversation and there'll be live interaction. And in that live interaction, those acting against India can communicate with each other and then delete the conversation.
Absolutely,
these are the
sir.
insidious things that have come up in the last 15 days.
Absolutely, sir. Vikram, sir, thank you very much for speaking to Republic and sharing those
Thank
insights. We look forward to speaking to you again. We move on, meanwhile, to the other stories that we are tracking on this edition. Now, the espionage wave have only deepened. After Qasim's arrest, who is one of the Pakistani spy for spying, his own brother has now landed into the police net. Aseem, also known as Hasim, was in contact with the Pakistani agents, and he had travelled to Pakistan multiple times, just like his brother, who is also a Pakistani spy. His name is Qasim. Now, India's security agencies are tightening the screws, and the trail of betrayal is being exposed, one agent at a time. Here's the full report. All right, before we get you that full report on how the Pakistani spy network is being unraveled, let me get you a ground report. Akhil is joining us live from the national capital. Akhil, take us through the details of the duo, the brother and the main accused, the Pakistani spy Qasim. What is under the scanner? How are their links to Pakistan being probed, and what more details do you have on that?
Well, absolutely. If you see in a series of arrests which have been made by not only the Delhi police, apart from Delhi police, what we have seen that Haryana police has also arrested 6 people in connection with the espionage ring. Apart from that, if you see 5 people have also been arrested by the Punjab police. Apart from that, if you see UP police has also arrested 1 person. So in this espionage ring, what we have seen so far, 12 persons have been arrested. The latest development that we got today that Qasim's brother, Qasim was arrested yesterday by the Delhi police special cell from Haryana's No. And what we have seen this very morning that initially Qasim's brother Aseem was detained from Rajasthan, and after that, after a sustained interrogation, then when the police, Delhi police special cell team got to know that his brother also visited Pakistan 4 times, after that what we have seen that the Delhi police special cell team also arrested Qasim's brother Anish, and he was also taken to the national capital where he was produced before the Patiala House Court, where Patiala House Court granted him 5 days of police custody. So for the next 5 days, a sustained interrogation will be going on in connection with the case. Earlier, if you see what we have seen that if you talk about Jyoti Malhotra, there were several YouTubers, social media influencers who basically in the garb of social media influencing were basically trying to navigate and some crucial details, and they were giving those details and sharing those details with the Pakistani intelligence operatives. And if you see what has happened in Jyoti Malhotra case, she basically came in contact contact with a person who has been identified as Harkirat. And Harkirat basically took her to another person who was a staffer at Pakistan High Commission who has been identified as Danish. Danish was expelled by the Indian government on May 13. And what we have seen for the last 3 years, Jyoti Malhotra was in constant touch with Danish. So Danish is one of the key links is the entire espionage ring, because if you see, not only Jyoti Malhotra was in contact with Danish. If you talk about Qasim was also in contact with Danish. Qasim's brother was also in contact with Danish. So the main kingpin in this entire fiasco, in this entire story of betrayal is Danish. So at this point in time, the interrogation is going on. If you see, Jyoti Malhotra was arrested earlier and she is still in the police custody. Apart from that, Qasim is also being interrogated, because if you see in the last 2 years, what we have seen that Qasim visited Pakistan twice. One, he visited Pakistan back in the month of August 2024. Second time he visited Pakistan in the month of March 2025, just a month ahead of the Pahalgam incident. So why basically he needed to visit Pakistan second time? And if you see the inside details that we have got from the Delhi police, in that it's very crucial that initially when Qasim's brother Aseem basically visited Pakistan 4 times. When his visa got expired, he was again trying to visit Pakistan in the name of basically trying to mislead the investigation team and the security intelligence team that he wanted to meet his family members, his distant relatives in Pakistan. But the actual case was something different. So at this point in time, what we have got to know that the Delhi police special cell team will constantly interrogate both the brothers, and they will confront both the brothers.
We're keeping a very close track on the interrogation that will take place of the Pakistani spy and his brother. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition. We move on to the other stories that we're tracking now. In a thunderous message from the heart of India, Prime Minister Modi invoked the spirit of Ahilyabai Holkar and fired a clear warning to enemies across the border. On her 300th birth anniversary, the Prime Minister hailed Operation Sindoor as India's most decisive strike against terror, and added that it also showcased the extraordinary might of our women warriors. Here's a special report.
India's iron resolve, its fearless daughters, and a Prime Minister's war cry against terror. On the 300th birth anniversary of the warrior queen Ahilyabai Holkar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi invoked her legacy in Bhopal, not just to honor history, but to send a clear, chilling warning to India's enemies. Standing tall in the heart of Madhya Pradesh, PM Modi did not mince his words.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ भारत के इतिहास का सबसे बड़ा और सफल ऑपरेशन है, जहां पाकिस्तान की सेना ने सोचा तक नहीं था, वहां आतंकी ठिकानों को हमारी सेना ने मिट्टी में मिला दिया.
Operation Sindoor, India's deadliest strike across the border, not only dismantled terror-safe havens deep inside enemy territory, but did what even Pakistan's army never dared to imagine. But this wasn't just about might. It was a moment of pride and power for the brave daughters of Bharat, the women of BSF who stood their ground on the borders of Jammu, Punjab, Gujarat and Rajasthan.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हमारी नारी शक्ति के सामर्थ्य का भी प्रतीक बना है. हम सभी जानते हैं कि बीएसएफ का इस ऑपरेशन में कितना बड़ा रोल रहा है. जम्मू से लेकर पंजाब, राजस्थान और गुजरात की सीमा तक बड़ी संख्या में बीएसएफ की हमारी बेटियां मोर्चे पर रही थी, मोर्चा संभाल रही थी. उन्होंने सीमा पार से होने वाली फायरिंग का मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया. कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर से लेकर दुश्मनों की पोस्टों को ध्वस्त करने तक बीएसएफ की वीर बेटियों ने अद्भुत शौर्य दिखाया है। साथियों, आज दुनिया राष्ट्र रक्षा में भारत की बेटियों का सामर्थ्य देख रही है।
From the front lines to field control, Indian women warriors have rewritten the rules of engagement. And PM Modi remarked that Operation Sindoor is a symbol of Nari Shakti, of courage, clad in olive green.
देश में एक और नया इतिहास बना है। आज अखबार में देखा होगा आपने, नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी यानी एनडीए से महिला कैडेट्स का पहला बैच पास आउट हुआ है। आज सेना, नौसेना और वायुसेना में बेटियां अग्रिम मोर्चे पर तैनात हो रही है। आज फाइटर प्लेन से लेकर आईएनएस विक्रांत युद्धपोत तक विमेन ऑफिसर्स अपनी जांबाजी दिखा रही है।
From schools to strikes, from training camps to terror combat zones, India's women are leading the charge. The Prime Minister made it loud and clear that this is New India's new doctrine. 140 crore Indians, one voice, one resolve. Terror has no place in India's tomorrow, and those who will test our patience will now face our fury.
140 करोड़ देशवासियों का बुलंद आवाज कह रहा है, अगर तुम गोली चलाओगे तो मान के चलो, गोली का जवाब गोले से दिया जाएगा।
From the legacy of Ahilyabai Holkar to the fire of Operation Sindoor, Bharat stands unshaken, unbreakable and unbeatable.
Now, towing our anti-Congress line, their own party leader, Salman Kushid, has contradicted the false claims on External Affairs Minister S.J. Shankar. Kushid said that it was not India but Pakistan that initiated contact for ceasefire during Operation Sindoor. The Congress leader, who was speaking in Indonesia's Jakarta and it's part of one of the 7 all-party delegations visiting various countries to present India's stance on terrorism, firmly rejected claims that India made the first move for ceasefire. He labelled such suggestions as complete hogwash. Listen in.
Because one of you had asked, why did we stop when we did stop? Now it's complete hogwash for anyone to say that we called them first. Why would we call them first? Who was at the receiving end by the time that the calls were made? It is more than clear to everybody that the call came from the DGMO of Pakistan. And it came to the DGMO of India. And we stopped. We stopped when they said, let's stop. But for several hours after we had said that we will stop, and we then didn't send any further attacks on them, the shelling across the border and across the line of control continued. For at least 3-4 hours, there were violations of the ceasefire once again when the shelling continued, making it very clear that in Pakistan nobody seems to be in control. Certainly the civilian government doesn't seem to be in control. And there are factions within the army, each vying with each other to become all powerful. But nevertheless, we showed restraint and we showed patience.
Meanwhile, just a few days back, it was Congress Member of Parliament Manish Tiwari who had questioned his own party over the ceasefire claims. Listen into that as well.
Let us very clearly understand that the word mediation carries with it a certain structured legal connotation. Talking to both the countries or their interlocutors at a point in time when there is tension and obviously there is concern around the world, does not really constitute mediation. The only channel which was used was the two DGMOs talking to each other. The call was made by the Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan at 12 in the afternoon of the 10th of May.
The BJP, meanwhile, has taken on the Congress party, saying that this is a reality check for the Congress party and the Congress must introspect now and stop acting like Pakistan's peer.
अब सलमान खुर्शीद साहब ने भी कहा है, दो बिंदु उन्होंने कहा। एक तो कहा कि कोई मीडिएशन नहीं हुआ, कोई थर्ड पार्टी या थर्ड कंट्री का कोई इंटरवेंशन नहीं था, और आज उन्होंने कहा है कि किस प्रकार से कोई कॉल हमारी तरफ से नहीं गया है। पाकिस्तान के डीजीएमओ ने भीख मांगी, गिड़गिड़ाते हुए उन्होंने कॉल किया। तो ये दोनों तथ्य जो उन्होंने सामने लाए हैं, तो एक बात स्पष्ट है कि ये आर रिडिकुलस राहुल जो जयराम रमेश और पवन खेड़ा की एडवाइस पे चलते हैं, उनको कम से कम अब सलमान खुर्शीद की एडवाइस लेनी चाहिए। और बार बार पाकिस्तान के नैरेटिव को मजबूत करने की क्या होड़ लगा रखी है भाई।
जब पाकिस्तान के 9 आतंकी अड्डे उड़ा दिए, 11 बेस एयरबेस तबाह हो गए, 100 आतंकी मारे गए, 50 से ज्यादा सैनिक ढेर हो गए पाकिस्तान के। जब उनका जो एयरबेस था नूर खान, उस पे हमला हो गया तो पाकिस्तान ने घुटने टेक दिए और वहाँ के डीजीएमओ ने हमारे डीजीएमओ को फ़ोन किया और सीज फायर मांगा। सीज फायर हुआ, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी तरह तरह के सवाल उठाती है, लेकिन सलमान खुर्शीद ने सही बात कही है, कांग्रेस को ये आईना दिखाया है और एक देशभक्त के नाते उन्होंने जो बात कही है वो सही कही है।
In a bid to bolster national security preparedness, the central government will conduct a series of civil defense mock drills under Operation Shield across several border states and union territories today. Now, the drills will be carried out in Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana and Chandigarh as well, all of which share borders with Pakistan. The focus will be on vulnerable regions across the line of control and the international border, considered most susceptible to cross-border terrorism and threats. Now, there are mock drills that have happened in certain areas of Jammu and Kashmir. Take a look.
All kind of mock drill has been started in the district in the Baramulla, and you can see Firdaus can pan camera to this side, and you can see that the mock drill has been started in the border district of Baramulla. This is a precautionary major mock drill that you are seeing here in the Baramulla district, and we have seen recently during the Operation Sindoor that these kind of mock drills helps the local community. Also, you can see that the small kind of demo blasts are being done by the civil defense here. Also, you can see that the joint mock drill is conducted here in the North Kashmir's Baramulla. This is the sensitive district of the Baramulla, which is the nearby district of the line of control area. It indicates the alertness of the troopers here. Also, we have seen that the civil defense is conducting these kind of mock drills here. Also, there are the multiple activities which will take place here in a while now, and you can see that the drone surveillance is also going here. Also, we have already seen that the siren is going on, and all the precautions are being followed here. At the times of the war, what actually happens, these demonstrations are being conducted here in the North Kashmir district. We have recently seen in the Uri sector where we have seen the ceasefire. Also, we have seen that the numbers of the activities are taking place at the various, if Firdaus can pan camera to this side, you can see that the joint drills are being taking place in the various parts across the border districts of the Kashmir Valley particularly. And you can see from this very side, this is the live demonstration that the Firdaus is showing you that the fire and emergency vehicle is coming to dose these flames. We can say also this is the actual happening, what happens when we have seen recently at the times in the Kashmir Valley when these kind of incidents happen. आज आपने यहाँ पे मॉक ड्रिल सेकंड जो है वो परफॉर्म किया।
सबसे पहले आपका शुक्रिया और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, किस तरीके से इन्होंने मॉक ड्रिल को लाइव सेशन यहाँ दिखाया, किस तरीके से कैजुअलिटीज़ को रेस्क्यू करते हैं, किस तरीके से कीमती जान बचाते हैं। आप देखिए जो दो ममालिक के बीच एक कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही थी पिछले 1 महीने से तो यहाँ की गवर्नमेंट ने पूरी तरीके से एक डेमो दिखाया कि हमारे पास किन किन इक्विपमेंट्स का सपोर्ट है, किन किन चीज़ों का सपोर्ट है, कैसे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एक चेन वर्क करेगी। और उस चेन वर्क के तहत इन्होंने एक लाइव डिमॉन्स्ट्रेशन दिखाया। इसमें वॉलंटियर्स, SDRF, सिविल डिफेंस और हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट और NCC वॉलंटियर्स सबों ने शिरकत की। हम चाहते हैं कि ये प्रोग्राम्स हमें हर महीना नहीं, हर साल, हर महीना, हर साल होना चाहिए, ताकि इससे वॉलंटियरिज्म ज़्यादा बढ़ जाए और लोगों में एक अच्छी चाहत आ जाए किस तरीके से एक सोशल काम में हम हिस्सा ले सकते हैं और किस तरीके से हम अपनी कीमती जान दूसरी की बचा सकते हैं।
Now, in a strong warning to Pakistan, External Affairs Minister S. Shankar has said that India will not bow to nuclear threats and will respond strongly to terrorism. He said this to those sponsors of terrorism who nurture and utilize terrorism for their ends, and he said that this must be put to an end or else they will have to pay a high price. Listen in to External Affairs Minister S. Shankar's straight talk.
We saw was an attempt to devastate the tourism economy of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, as well as an evil design to sowing religious discord. The barbarity of the killings required an exemplary response, which was delivered by destroying terrorist command centers, especially in Bhabalpur and Muridke. It is imperative that those who sponsor, nurture and utilize terrorism for their ends are made to pay a high cost. That it warranted a forceful response even after the 26/11 attack in Mumbai in 2008 is widely acknowledged. But times have changed and our resolve is much stronger now. Terrorism epicenters are no longer immune. India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. We will never give in to nuclear blackmail, and whatever decisions have to be taken in India's national interest are taken and will continue to be taken.
And this was all that we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. We will be back tomorrow, same time. Thank you for watching. Coming up next is Live and Breaking.